I'm still gonna be goal driven as we enter 2025. Like, this is not the time to give up and settle for whoever you can find and just ride out the apocalypse. I think that's such a defeatist attitude. Like, the best way to predict the future is to create it, and so I plan on creating change in my life and continuing to live that way, and hope that that will help shape the future. Welcome back to my channel. It is the end of the year. Basically, for me, it's November 18th, but when you're seeing this, it's December, and it's full on. Either way, it's full on goal setting time. Like, it's end of the year reflection, goal setting, getting things together time of the year. Like, that's the vibes at the last couple months, you know, or maybe 5 weeks left of the year, and all I can think about is, what am I doing? Where am I going? But honestly, goal setting is honestly like the best part of the year. So this video is probably going to be very long because I get to rambling when it comes to reflections and goal setting and all such things. So you've been warned, all right? Absolutely live for planning and scheduling. I'm a Virgo Sun, Gemini Moon, Sag Rising. My human design number is 3/5. I'm a generator. Like, I don't remember my ENFJ or whatever, like I don't remember what it is, but either way, all of my personality related things go towards creation, planning, all of those things. Like, it brings me so much joy. Like, other people find it tedious and annoying and they hate planning, and I'm just like, sign me up, I'll do it. Like, that's how I feel about it. So this is my favorite time of year. I'm not gonna hold you. Honestly, think about, and then after I do my goal setting, then I can compress it down into yearly, quarterly, weekly goals, right? So we're just gonna go through that whole process together this week. Literally, like, I can't make a plan for it until I take full inventory of where I am now, how I am now, what I'm doing now, and then I can make an appropriate path forward. So yeah, taking you through my full goal setting process, my reflections, my planning, my ideas, just getting really transparent about what I want as a research doctor, what I want as a content creator, what I want as an author and public speaker. Like, just getting really clear about my goals to you and to myself so that I have an actionable plan forward to make these things come true. Because if I've shown myself anything, is that I can make whatever I want come true. So it starts with this intention. So that's what we're doing this week. We're going to talk about my quarter for goals, the updates. I shared them in maybe like 5 videos ago or so, and I'm going to tell you how I've been doing on those with like my weight loss and my reading and all of that. And then we're going to go into like my reflection process. I have a bunch of old notes on this phone and my old phone. I still have my old phone. I also feel like it's relevant to talk about how I feel about family planning, children, husbands, wives, my orientation, like my future planning in regards to relationships. I feel like that's relevant for my goal setting in the future to talk about. And then once I have all this reflection and like thoughts together, I'm gonna make my 5-year plan spreadsheet with you. I've kind of made the foundation already, but we're gonna fill it out together. And I'm just very excited about everything in this video. Like, this is my favorite time of year. So yes, I just got home though from work. It's 5:02. I was on the phone with my mom at the beginning. I need to make myself something to eat because my advisor invited me to some kind of like mentoring thing this afternoon. It's for undergrads, like it's catered for undergrads to meet professionals. I don't know the exact name because he kind of invited me word of mouth, so I haven't seen the flyer or anything. But essentially, he described it as undergrads are looking to meet researchers to see what their research is and see like what they're interested in and like just talk to each other. And so I was like, oh well, yeah, I'll go to that. Mostly because that's what I'm expected to do, and also because I haven't socialized professionally much at all since moving here, and it seems like a great first effort to show that I'm willing to, because he invited me, you know. So I'm gonna go, and it's at 7, and while I do still need to do my walk, I think I'm gonna save it for after the event, because if I walk now and then I shower and get ready and then try to be there, I'll probably be late. So I'm just going to change now to something more casual. Do I want to be somewhere casual? I think I'm gonna change it to somewhere casual and then go back to the gym for my walk after it's over, since I'll be on campus. So that's the plan. Y'all, the crisis of conscience I had looking at the flyer, it said business casual attire, and suddenly I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So this is what I've decided on. These pants, they fit, but they were very hard to get on, and I wore these pants in like April and they were like much easier. So gotcha. Yeah, and I had hoped to have left already, but I couldn't figure out what to wear because this was like option number 3 or 4. Okay, like I tried several other things first, thinking it would be quick. I still have to go to the gym afterward to walk, and I need to eat still. So it's 6:37. It's at 7. What's that noise? Is that outside somewhere? Can y'all hear that? I'm not losing my mind on it. Like, okay. Yeah, that's outside. Okay. Yeah, I still have to go to the gym after and then come home and cook dinner and then still do my hair? Probably not. So, yeah, I have my wallet, I have my keys, I have my headphones for the gym, I have my clothes for the gym. Okay. I'm not gonna bring my camera. If I record, it'll be on my phone. Okay. Time to go be an adult professional. Friends, I have absolutely no idea if I can park here. It says gold and silver required, and I have blue. I'm hoping it says to like 5 p.m. so maybe it's a time constraint. Here's hoping. Also, it wasn't clear whether or not you had to register for this event or not. The link he sent me, or the email he sent me, didn't have a link. So worst case scenario, I get to go home, or I get to go to the gym. Well, I didn't get a chance to register on time.
There's no registry. Do you need a name tag? Are you a professor?
Like, if you use your height, totally.
He also would have to, like, I don't know, like, they have to approach it.
I found this table of super cute little flyers with different chemistry puns, and my brother has a PhD in chemistry, so I took all these videos to literally send to him, and then I just FaceTime him and shared them. But they're all so cute. Eye on you, stop playing with me. I love these. So this alone was worth going to this event, but I also did speak to some students and acted like an adult mentor. So it was a good time, a very good time. And I just finished by going to the gym immediately afterward. Put your dicks up, put your motherfucking stick.
Get the fuck out my head. If you plan on heavy stepping, girl, you better start shape. Peter Piper, pimpin', poker, calling miss. Then I said I think that bitch.
Victoria, cigarette. Okay, I gotta stop because I will just keep dancing. Exercise go past. Keep it going. Great. Oh. Ha. Ha. Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. I am just gotten back from walking this morning. I did my weigh-in today, and while I didn't love it, it is reflective of my recent habits. This last week, I did a self-care week, and I was injured, so I worked out less, and so like that combo, this girl reflected it, honey. That water weight from all the, yeah. And so like, it's not even the real reflection. I won't see the reflection of that for another week or so, but anyway, I was motivated to be like, okay, well, let me start my day with some movement. So, put on a quick little 30-minute walk. Last night, that event was so cute. It was so cute. And I did get to speak to some people, but I didn't have cards, so I couldn't like, even though at first I was just talking to people that I knew, I then did also start speaking to students. And I was kind of like, what is I'm supposed to say? But then I got the hang of it. But then I was like, when I was like, you should contact me, I was like, oh, I ain't got shit, because I'm not even really, you know what I mean? So I grabbed one of my colleagues' cards. I can't believe I'm grown enough to say shit like this. It's crazy to me. But yeah, last night was good. Came home and went to bed. So yeah, today I have my headshot, which is why I retwisted my front 2 rows. I actually do need to retwist my whole head when I curl it, but I'm waiting on a different dryer attachment to come in today, because the one I got is like long for like drying my hair straight, whereas the one I got is afro size, which I need for curls. So I'm gonna wait to do that till maybe tonight or tomorrow. But today, let me see. Today I'm focusing on filling in my summary sheet. Like, I've compiled a bunch of resources and potential data to look at, and I've started taking notes on them, and I'm trying to put them together in an Excel sheet so that it's easy to understand and make connections. And I need to finish that. I would like to finish that today. Also, I already told you about my headshot, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna wear. I really want to wear, I don't know what I want to wear. I also just wanted to look nice. I record my life now, so you would think I know what I look like, but I'm always shocked, 100% shocked anytime I get a professional photo done, and I'm just like, there's just no way. Like, I feel like it never looks like who I think I look like. So I'm always terrified, always terrified. But so I want my choices to help me. And I don't know what I'm gonna wear. And then my advisor from my grad school is giving a presentation today. So Thursday meetings are lab meetings, like we present, but on Tuesday evenings it's someone we invite. And so I invited my advisor because I think she's really cool and the work she does is really cool, and it fits in with what we do. And plus I am required apparently as a postdoc to suggest people to come speak, and so this is my first of, they have been very unclear about how many we are supposed to suggest, but in our manual it says that we are responsible to suggest. So there's one. I don't know how many I need to do, 3, 5, 7, like I don't know. So yeah, that's at 4. My headshot's at 2:30. Yeah, and then I still need to like finish my walk. I think I want to do the other 30 on incline at the gym later this afternoon after my work day is over. And then I want to read some more of the book because I started it, and I may be like, are they really chapters? Because they're really short, like they're a few pages. So I guess I'm a few chapters in, but she hasn't gotten to the library yet, but things in her life are getting worse. So stories are building, but yeah, I want to read some more. Gotta fill in the reading for my job, reading for fun, the presentation, my headshot, the gym. Full day today. But just wanted to say good morning. purse around now. Like, I love the way it looks on the inside, and I just love the adult feel of it. And I've seen 4 what's in my bag videos come up on my YouTube For You page, basically, you know, the home page. And I'm like, I'm influenced. I want to make my own. I'm going to make my own. Working woman, content creator, what's in my bag, period. But anyway, that to say, I need to update my bullet journal. I haven't updated it in like some time. But oh my gosh, guys, look at my cutie wallet. And like, what I need to find is a pencil case so that I can have more like colored pens and stuff in here. I only have like 3 because that's all that really fits without taking up too much space. But I want more. Oh, I found my letter stencils. Let's see, I have to be gone in like 15 minutes. Just got back in from the presentation. My advisor from my PhD gave a talk at my new job through Zoom, and I think it went really well. And upon reflection, maybe I should have worn my glasses during my headshot. I did not like how it turned out. She let me see them. The process was literally, she was like, all right, start this way and then incrementally turn, and she like shot a picture from literally every single fucking angle. And then it was like, all right, so which one do you like? And then I was like, I think I like the one that was leftmost, like the very last. Well, so yeah, I like the very last one she took, and I turned this way, so I like the leftmost one. And I mean, I think that's true. I do think I prefer my left side to my right side. I think that's my good side of my ass, of my face. My left TD is smaller than my right one, but ain't nothing I can do about that. But yeah, also though, well, I like the way this looks in the mirror and on this camera, but like, I feel like I didn't like totally how it looked on the other camera. Like the fabric of this, I wish it was a thicker fabric. I feel like it, or like a more matte fabric. I feel like that would have looked nicer. Like this looks very casual because it is, but also like when I saw it, I was like, oh, maybe I could have worn like my thick leather one. Like that would have ate. But whatever, it's done now. I have it. Something to put on the website and say that I work here. I may or may not use it on my. I may or may not use it on my actual website, but yeah, y'all. Today was good. I still think it could have been a bit more productive. I kept nodding off while I was sleeping. I'm sorry. I kept nodding off while I was reading. I kept nodding off trying to fill in my summary sheet. Like when people say reading is boring, I be thinking about this kind of reading. Like, no offense, I think science is really cool, but also like when I hear reading is boring, I think about articles. I don't think about novels and books. So yeah, I was like reading this stuff until this came up, and then I was like, whew, a reason to wake up. It took me a minute, and I was like, okay, this is gonna wake me up, and it did. So yeah, I didn't finish the table, but I'm going to keep working on it throughout this week. So you know, all that's left to do is go to the gym and finish my workout, meaning my walk. How many steps do I have actually? I'm at 8,000. By the time I walk to my car and get home, I'll be at 10, but I still want to do incline because we talked this morning about my check-in results. I don't feel like I've been slacking physically. Like, I've still been working hard in the gym, but I have been slacking with my nutrition a little bit and my water intake, which does seem to make a significant difference. So honestly, just really using the end of the year to get myself together. Something I was telling my advisor was that even though the world does seem to be going to shit in a lot of ways, it doesn't really change my mission at all in any kind of way. It doesn't change my personal mission to have a healthier body. It doesn't change my personal mission to be happier in my head. It doesn't change my personal mission to have a strong community, to have a community of aligned people, to affect change, to impact people, to care about their education and their politics and their mental health and their happiness. Like, all of that is still the same, if not more important. All that's really changed is just how intentional I have to be about it, how safe I have to be about it, how careful I have to be about it. But my missions, professional, personal, all of them are still the same. So that's like my grounding truth right now. Like, I still have to get my shit together. I still have to figure out how to do the job that I want to do, because I do think it can change the world, whether that's through me affecting the lives of other women and people, or whether that's through me doing cool mathematical work that changes, or impacts policy decisions and clinical care decisions, or the way that math work is done, or, we have just all of those are the same. So I said that to say that I'm still going to be goal driven as we enter 2025. Like, this is not the time to give up and settle for whoever you can find and just ride out the apocalypse. I think that's such a defeatist attitude. Like, the best way to predict the future is to create it, and so I plan on creating change in my life and continuing to live that way, and hope that will help shape the future by everyone doing their part. But if we all give up, then ain't nobody gonna be doing anything, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's already up. I have the videos. Okay, it's just crazy how different I feel like I can see myself when I take pictures on my camera versus that. Like, it's just whatever. I will just have to see you at the house. Finish our exercise. Uncle Richard used to always have those. They're so good. Nice little bag, brown bag. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Am I going to take the time to do my morning gua sha, or am I going to skip it? Am I going to skip it, or am I going to do it? I've already been taking my sweet time. I might as well do it. Okay. Good morning. Last night I did not go walking. I already got my 10,000 steps, and I closed my ring just by walking around my apartment. So I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna go nowhere. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my gua sha. And yeah, I went to bed early as fuck. I think I went to bed at like 8, and so I woke up at 1 a.m. and I was up until 4 a.m. and then went back to sleep, and then now I'm up again. So I'm getting ready to literally do my same day routine, morning routine, gym, work, home. Like making sure it's oily enough, but also not so oily that I drop it. Okay. I wanted to talk this morning about my ideas about my future planning and how relationships play into it. Well, I've been thinking about it because there's been a lot of social media discourse the past couple days. I'm still on Twitter. I'm not downloading the other Sky app. I'm Honestly, I'm leaning more into Substack and YouTube right now. Like, those are the things I'm putting legitimate effort into for consistency. And then my Instagram is just how I connect to people. Like, it's just for people I know, really. I don't have like a lot of followers or anything. And so yeah, I'm like, but I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter. It's for people I know. So I'm not pressed to join another app. So when I talk about discourse, I'm still talking about Twitter. There's been discourse on, you know, there's always some male loneliness topic and relationship topic of the day. So it's always some discourse, but they've just been talking about the expectations a lot of men have for the women to come into their lives and help be their administrators and help them do things that their parents never taught them how to do. Like, when a woman will come in my life and build me up and invest with me and help me get a house and help me apply for a job and help, like, you don't know how to fill out your own paperwork. When the last time you made a doctor's appointment? Like, grown ass men waiting for a woman to come into their life to be their administrator and to like assist them and build with them. And there was one person who said something that I agree with, but it was like, you get to a certain age and you don't want a partner to build with. You want someone who is on your level, who has aligned with the lifestyle you have. And that's precisely where I feel like I am. I honestly feel like I have some pretty radical ideas about engaging with men. Like, if American women could do 4B, I would be in line. You understand? But one of my favorite internet personalities, CC, posted about like the 3M. Like, no monogamy, no moving in or marrying men, and that can help them get their shit together and like help women live healthier lives. And I agree. I have no interest in doing either 3 of those. I've come to realize, like, it's always so funny whenever I talk about this with people I know, because we are socialized to want marriage and children. And so as soon as I say I don't want those things, I get a mirage of, you've given up. Oh, don't give up. Your special God-given person is out there. You just gotta keep trying out all the frogs. And it's just like, bruh, you can't take my grown ass opinion telling you that I don't want that shit. Like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, I really don't think I want that, for many reasons. The primary one is that men are embarrassing and they are exhausting. Most of the stress we deal with in our lives come from the relationships that we have them. And as a woman, stress gives us a higher likelihood of getting autoimmune disorders, and also stress leads to heart disease. And these are things that I don't have time for. I've seen it happen. Men are stressful creatures, and they require, in the United States, a lot of labor to be with them. And I am uninterested in performing any of it. I just don't find much interest in it. I don't think that means I'm closed off to it. Like, if I were to meet a doctor or some kind of entrepreneur type woman or man who loves doing what I like to do and is not an idiot, yeah, I date them for sure. But does that mean I want to marry every person I date? Absolutely not. Do I want to marry anyone? Probably not. Putting my financial security in joining with someone else's does not sound like a good idea to someone like me. I'm too much of a control freak for something like that, and I think that's a big reason why I don't want to get married. So like, when it comes to planning my future, I don't have this like, oh, I want to do this up until I meet my husband, up until I meet my wife. Like, no, when I think about my future, I just think about me. I just think about me, not some imaginary person coming along. Like, I want to build a life that feels good for me, and then if I meet someone while I'm building that life and I want to share it with them, then I'm totally down for that. But it's not like something I'm waiting for or needing, you know? So it's not a part of my future planning, for real. And similarly with children, I don't want children. I feel like I've been saying that for a super long time. I've been saying that to my mom since my niece was born, and my niece is 10 years younger than me. So since I was like since I was like 16, I've been very vocal about my desire to not. I think children are amazing, and I actually believe children deserve far more rights than they currently have, and that many people are horrible parents, and that children deserve far more than they get. And because of that, I know I don't want any. I have an amazing mother, and I know for a fact that I am not interested in being as self-sacrificing as her. And while I find it an honorable trait, I do not possess it. And I'm not gonna make myself do it. Like, I do believe to be a parent is to put your life second, to put your child's life first. If you're a parent and you don't do that, then I think you suck. Period, point blank. So I know that it is a requirement of parenthood. Therefore, I don't want it. Does that make me selfish? 100%. Does people having children in this world make them selfish? I think so as well. So I feel like any reasons for having children or not having children are selfish reasons because they're personal reasons. And so my personal reason is I don't want to. It don't look fun. It costs a lot of money. It's time consuming. And it would make my life about someone else. And I don't want that. No, thank you. Like, by force. Doing it sometimes by choice, through giving and stuff like that, that's one thing. Like, obviously I help my community and the people I care about, but like when you have a child, you have to make your life about them. No thank you, dog. So I don't think about that either. Like, in fact, I think that's a major reason also why I'm not really interested in getting married, because I know many people do want kids, and also people control women's body through kids. Having a child, so many women die during childbirth, especially Black women. It's like the closest a lot of women come to death. So many die, and it's incredibly uncomfortable. Like, I have a list of reasons. I've been defending my right to not want children against men since I was in high school. So I have my reasons ready and listed if anybody want to argue with me. But ultimately, it's my body, my choice. And I don't want any kids. So that doesn't impact my future planning either. Like, I'm not thinking about, like, I can go where I want. When I think about my future, I'm like, in 5 years, I want to live in Chicago. And then in 8 years, I want to live in Richmond again. And then in 10 years, I might want to live in California. I don't know, but I can do whatever I want because I don't have attachments to what I am doing. And I personally really love that, and I think it's a privilege. No woman in any generation before me and my family has had the opportunity to live this way. I've seen what a life looks like when you have children, get married, make those choices. I want to see what a life looks like when you don't make those choices. I've never witnessed it in my family. I'm going to be that example for the people below me and other women in the world, that we don't have to be the one image that we've been told we have to be: wife, mother, maid, service lady. Like, you don't have to be that in 2024. And so what does a life look like when you don't subscribe to that? Like, we don't get many examples of that. I'm going to be the example for myself to discover and to share and discover for you to discover as well. And maybe you might opt out too. Maybe you like it. Everybody, I think it's all about being able to choose. But don't get that I'm not a choice feminist though either, because some of y'all are choosing very dangerous, selfish things. So I don't want to get into a feminism rant, but I believe other women can do what they want. I'm simply speaking on my future planning. Though I do think there is such a thing as a bad choice. So they be choosing though. I think I'm on number 5 for this. I do 10 of everything. So yeah, I don't remember if I did this side because I've been talking so long, but I'm gonna do it again anyway, just in case. I've been talking for 20 minutes. LMAO. I won't lie, I don't do this every single morning. A lot of the days I'll skip the gua sha part for time's sake, because I'm still, quite honestly, just not at the timing of my days that I would like to be at. Like, I really want to be a 5 a.m. bitch, but it has not been happening. I'm more of a 7 a.m. bitch, and I want to make that jump, because that 2 hours would be the workout hours. Instead of 7 to 9, it'd be 5 to 7, and that would just give me more time to do other things, and you know, so like, I really want to get the time management together. But yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to use this week to set my goals, so I can make like a schedule of when I'm going to read papers, when I'm going to work on this, when I'm going to work on that, to really give myself some direction, some motivation to wake up and go to bed and all that, you know. So maybe that's something I'll work on again next week. I did a time management video maybe a month ago. Girl, I ain't fixed shit since then. So I might have to do one every month until I get it together, girl. I don't know. So morning routine is done. Now I just gotta make my protein smoothie and we're going to the gym. I'm very excited about my future. Like, I think it's groundbreaking. I feel like in order to do YouTube, I feel like of course I have a certain level of self-importance. And so I have total belief in myself that I will get everything that I want. So I'm very excited about it. Let's get dressed. I had a very busy day, so I just went straight to the gym when it was over and did my 3 miles and came home and got right into my nighttime routine. I didn't get much footage on this day, but I did make sure to unwind and clean up fully. Still trying to get these routines down.
So I did an ultrasound on it.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. I didn't eat all of the meat on here, and I didn't really eat fat, but I still feel like I got a good amount of protein from this steak. Happy Thursday. It is 9:20. I'm about to get dressed for work so I can be there by 10. I'm really loving not having the Thursday morning meeting. Like, I'm loving it a lot. It has been not the most productive week for it to be the week that I'm planning my life, but yesterday there was actually quite a bit of emotional eating out of nowhere where I just went to the store and bought all of my favorite snacks, and I did not eat all of them, but I ate like over half of them, and then I was like, all right, well, I think that's enough. So it's my first, I guess, cheat day in a long time, if those are even a thing, because I I eat what I want pretty regularly, but I mean, that definitely felt like I was breaking a personal rule just by, I mean, hot fries, cheese, cakes. Like, it was a lot. I did a whole little feast yesterday. So trying to forgive myself for that. And just stay back on track. I woke up, I got a high protein breakfast in, drank some water. I'm gonna get my walk in after work. I'm still not working out upper body this week to make sure my chest recovers. It's mostly good, but I'll feel some irritation randomly. So I'm doing like yoga and stretching on Tuesday and Thursday, but I'm not actually doing upper body. I'm still gonna walk today though. But yeah, I have a meeting today at 1 o'clock. Our usual seminar at 1 o'clock, so I'm like going to a talk. And then I have a meeting at 2 with one of the collaborators for the disease model I'm working on. And I said I was gonna have this summary table filled all the way in by this meeting. I mean, I didn't actually say that to anyone, but that was my objective. And I still very much so want to complete it, which is why I want to make it in by 10, so I have those 4 hours to finish the ones I haven't put in there. Yeah, that's today's primary to do. I'm gonna have that meeting, and then I'm gonna go on my walk.
Wait a minute, let me set the scene. Remember when it used to be so good to me? Ain't no one to value my time. You can read my mind, 'cause there's no love no more. He ain't gonna get it till I'm gone. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it till I'm gone. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it till I'm gone. He ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna. He ain't gonna. He ain't gonna. You won't believe it. Believe it. Settle in someone else's.
Definitely not filled, you know, completed, but it's more completed than it was, and I'm actually learning throughout the process, which is the point. So I feel good. Yeah, I'm proud of what I've gotten done, and I just really like my outfit. I guess I gotta pee, so I should probably go pee before the talk starts. I just got this skirt actually from Target last week, and I didn't know if it would fit because I don't try things on in the store anymore, but it does, and there's some room. I really fuck with it, and I really, something about late 20s, I'm obsessed. Something about late 20s, I'm just obsessed with pointy shoes, like pointy heels, pointy boots, pointy, like this. It's my favorite thing ever, like the pointy shoes. Slept for it. I'm a slut for it, so I really love this outfit. Okay. I would bring a notebook, but I ain't gonna take no notes. Good morning. Good morning, friend. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm all dressed to get ready to go to the gym, and I have on this because it's a athlete to work type day, given the time. So I'm gonna work out and then just go to work in what I have on. I got deodorant, I got perfume, okay? But before I leave, I desperately wanted to show you my 5-year plan because that was the point of this week's video, and I really want to make it for myself before December is here and before I go home. Basically, yeah, what I'm doing right now I would like to do forever, but I would like to elevate my autonomy throughout the years. Like right now I'm a postdoc, but then I'll be just a regular associate, and then I hope to be a PI, and then I hope to have my own lab. You know, all of those require more and more experience and authority. So like, I do want to research forever. I do enjoy not teaching, and I just ultimately want to get enough experiments, papers, whatever, grants necessary to help me rise in the ranks to be able to choose my projects with my own funding and like be in control of my research. Like, that excites me, and that's going to serve my ultimate goal of serving my community of under-researched things for Black women, like using what I know and my skills to be able to study diabetes and heart disease and PCOS and just all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's not studied, like there are things that exist for those, but I want to do a lot of specific research in that area, and if I can build up my own career to get enough funding and support for that, then I feel like I could help impact change and get answers for the people that I care the most about. So that's my ultimate big picture goal as a mathematician, like for my career, and my goal as someone who studies medicine. I do have personal goals that are non-career related, like that have to do with YouTube and public speaking, and I figure I actually do want to be able to sell things, I guess, at some point in regards to like productivity, and we're gonna get into it. Let me plan. Oh, I have to edit it. Should I edit it before I share it with you, or should I edit it with you? Should I put my hair down? Maybe I should put my hair down. Ow, that hurt. Also, it is quite hard to put it in this ponytail in like a, oh. I wonder how many people that are subscribed have locks. How many of my friends have locks? Somebody tell me. If you have locks, let me know. I feel like some of you have followed me on Instagram, and I think I've seen maybe 3 people who have locks. You don't have to have locks. I'm just totally curious. Fuck. Oh, my arms. Okay, so I suppose first let's actually go through some old iPhone notes. I have them all in a folder. Oh, brand ideas, quantifiable. That was originally going to be my YouTube handle or name instead of like live with or live with. Do you say live or do you say live? Before it was live with Quin, it was quantifiable because I was trying to make something mathy, but I'm so happy I didn't do that. But brand ideas about like what I wanted a channel to be about. This is from December 2020. I started this channel in 2022, so these are ideas before I even created my channel. Less educational, more so experience with me. Sharing how I navigate through many spaces / life in hopes that it helps someone else. All about the power and vulnerability. What is my message? What am I about? What is my example? What do I want people to learn from the way I live? This list, I feel like, let's see how many I check off. Intentional living, yes. Transparency within yourself, honesty and accountability. Yeah, I have videos on that. I am all of these labels and their contradictions. A Black woman can be all these things. Yes, I am many things in one. I am a doctor. I am a baddie. I am for Black women before anything. Honestly, truly, yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say? And then reading is essential. We're in the reading vlogs now, so period. Introspection and learning and knowledge and context. I do indeed talk about these things, I feel. Probably I could talk about those things more, but I feel like I reflect a lot anyway. Anyhow, be about what you say, walk the talk. Those are the things I want to embody and what I hope my channel will represent. And 2 years in, I think it definitely does. This idea resonates with me, so shout out to me. Okay, let's get into the 5-year plan. So I have modeled this 5-year plan spreadsheet after what I've seen in grant research timelines. So literally, if I open up another tab and I go to google.com, example here, where it's you have a task assigned to a certain time of year so that you can be very clear about when you're going to accomplish your goals, and you have worked out exactly what you need to do. So I've already made mine. I made it last week, and that's got me so excited to fill it in. But essentially, I am really trying to get specific about what I want to do with my career, and I kind of just gave you that blurb about how my ultimate goal is to have my own research lab, and whether that be in its own specific entity, like my own building, my own type thing, or if it's a lab within someone's school. I haven't decided. I just know that that's like where I want that to end up. And so I thought about what things do I need to do now in the next 5 years that will aid in that goal. And so that's how I came up with this list of things. I talked to some people in my lab, and basically they said that when it comes to being your own, like an independent researcher, you have to show that you can secure funding, which means you can get grants or research funding from wherever else you find it, but primarily through grants. And so the primary mechanism in which people are able to get grants is through really good writing in many publications. So that's just kind of the current scope of how it works. I am not here to critique the way it works or all of those things, because I have plenty of critiques. But at this current moment in time, I am more worried about playing the game. I feel like I do prioritize multiple things. So like community outreach and what I do with YouTube and talking about math and going to different places, like I feel like that is equally as important as the research I do. But in order to reach that goal, these are the ways to do it. Like there's really no arguing about it at this current moment in time. So that means I need to do all I can to get some papers out and to apply for some grants and to get grant funding, so that I build up my reputation, I put my name out there through the papers, and I get practice in being an independent researcher, writing these grants and securing funding. And then that's just something I will have to do for the rest of my career until the paradigm changes. But for now, it is what it is. And so, yeah, once I realized that I gotta write some papers and I gotta get some grants, that made it very clear. They're like, all right, in the next 5 years, I would like to write at least 3 papers. That seems reasonable to me. And so based on what I'm currently doing, what could those papers be about? So I'm currently writing a math modeling paper that I'm hoping to finish by December. I know I really want to write a paper about the current math model that I am working on with someone. So that's another paper. I know that I can do review papers, which are exactly as they sound, where you read a bunch of things, summarize them, critique them, offer insight on what you learned, and just have a nice summary for anyone that's looking for it, to build off your future work. And so those are always difficult, but like an easy concept to do, you know, like they just take a lot of research, but they don't require a lot of like, I don't need to wait on an experiment or anything. It's fully just about reading and writing. So 1 or 2 of those and boom, that's 3-4 papers in 5 years. So those have been put in here, and then in the next 5 years, I need to get some grants to show that I can secure funding. So PI recently told me about a diversity supplement that can be added on to one of the grants that they currently have, and how he knows some people who have gotten some of those that secure some funding for them for 2 years, and that's something that I could apply for. He gave me a link to follow, but I am very new to all of it. But like that's something I can apply for and that I should be working on. And then I also want to have my own research idea to submit independent researcher funded grant. So those are the professional goals I feel like I can do in the next 5 years to aid in my ultimate goal of my own lab. Will I have my own lab in 5 years? Who knows, girl, maybe. But I know that these things are just stepping stones. Like I feel like I set goals kind of in an actionable way. Like I know where I want to be, but I can't just say it'll be done by then. Like that's not a good way to approach goals, I feel like. So I approach it through what can I do to get there? And then while I'm doing it, I'm sure more will be revealed to me, etc., etc. And so the idea is to put tasks under these goals. For the grant supplement submission, I need to read all the requirements, write the paper for my research goals and my personal statement, and submit it to my PI because I think it's internally reviewed. I feel like when it comes to filling out when it's done, you can go by colors or X's. So I filled out the professional goals for the 5-year plan, and honestly, it doesn't go further than 2026. And I don't know if that's because I'm being ambitious or if that's realistic, but my goal in creating this is not to like fill it all out right now. Like I can always add rows. This is something I want to be able to come back to as years progress and like, you know, check things off and add things. So it's not like a permanent, like I'm not trying to make myself fill it all the way out to 2023 or 2030, but I wanted to give myself space in case I needed it. But it's looking pretty ambitious. Like I kind of just did them one at a time. And for December, I want to focus on completing my outline, collecting the documents for the grant supplement, working on my summary sheet. And this doesn't feel unrealistic just because my job is just research. Like I don't teach anymore. So all of my time is researching and YouTube for fun. So I have equal time, I feel like, to do these things. But at the same time, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that a lot to work on at once? Like I feel like perhaps it might be. Like I feel like maybe I should move some of these down, girl. I don't know. So I feel like maybe I should delete, like I shouldn't start working on my review paper until the new year. I feel like that makes more sense. Just don't know, I feel like some of this could be spread out a little more. Because I'm looking at it, I kind of just filled it out in a row, but now I'm looking like quarter by quarter, like I'm trying to see if these are realistic. So for December, those feel reasonable. For quarter one, drafts and submission, writing a draft, running simulations, outlining and looking things up. So okay, so just a lot of reading for quarter one. I feel like that's reasonable. No real need to like write except for review stuff. Okay, and then for quarter two, submission, still on simulations, not quite yet writing, and then writing this paper and writing, so like shift focusing from those papers to the endothelial paper and the grant submission. Okay, quarter three shifts from the first two should be done. So this is by August of next year, working on the model paper, the review paper, and the grant. And then by October of next year, finishing the model paper, so a year from now, okay. Finishing the review paper a year from now, and the grant submission, still working on people's reviews because I know people are busy in the fall, and then working on the draft of the grant, submitting the papers to journals, and submitting the grant in August of 2026. Okay, that feels reasonable. We'll see. Again, I really wanted to make one digitally so that I could move these things around as my life changes, but I still have it kind of laid out as a foundation to review. So that's everything for my professional goals for the next 3 years, I suppose, or the next 2 years, but it's still my 5-year plan. But who knows what I'll then do if I have 3 more years. Like, if I really do 3 papers in 2 years, it's kind of crazy, right? I feel so ambitious to say that, like 3 papers in 2 years. Whereas there are people who I know, she said she didn't get a paper out until the 2nd year. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm not being too ambitious. Like, I'm feeling like I feel like a year to do the model paper feels realistic. To like submit it by this time next year, that feels realistic. Maybe I should be more generous with the review paper. There might be a lot of stuff to read. I don't know. I feel like maybe I should extend out the review paper timeline. Like, as I'm talking to you, because I don't want to feel crazy. Like, I don't want to make myself feel bad. I don't know. I did a whole dissertation in like 2 years, and I was like 2-3 papers. One of them has been submitted. It's more like 2.5 papers. So like 2.5 papers in 3 years. I don't know, but also I don't know. I'm putting it out here. I want to set the bar high for what I want to accomplish, and we'll just see where I land. You know, they say don't shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars. You can shoot up, you know, the higher you reach, the higher you're more likely to go, right? Okay, so those are all of my professional goals. Then we have my creative goals. So I am trying to build something with Live with Quin. I kind of read off the brand idea earlier about experiencing this life with me. I am trying to stay as authentically myself as possible by being real and honest about how I'm feeling, sharing what I'm going through, while also sharing some of the technical aspects about what I'm reading, what I'm working on. I want to inspire people to further their education. I want to inspire people to take care of themselves, to prioritize work-life balance. I want them to prioritize and enjoy pleasure and leisure, and do all they can to like make sure that they're honoring their personal boundaries. I want people to understand those things without me having to say them. I want to live that. I also want to like create a community of people who are just as ambitious and like-minded as me. Like, I started the We're Productive People Club, which is currently on hiatus because I'm getting all of this together. But the idea was to get a group of people together who are just as interested in creating authentic lives, productive lives that work for them, and staying accountable with each other, checking in week to week to keep each other accountable and on our stuff, because it's so easy to forget about the things you say are important to you. So if we're checking in with each other, it's easier to be accountable and get our goals met and in quicker time. And while it is great, will return. I've just had some clear ideas about how I want to go about that. Like, specifically, I want to create things that people can use for this aim. Like, I am going to continue vlogging because it ultimately serves me and my ability to reflect and watch my life and share it with others. But also, it does also serve as like an example for others and like an image that we don't often see in the world. Like, I know that there aren't a lot of Black women mathematicians out there, so hashtag representation for us, for people to understand that there is more than one way that you can be a professional, to be a doctor, to be a mathematician. They don't look one way. Anyway, all of that is the message of my videos, and I'm gonna vlog for as long as I feel called to, and for me that feels like it'll be forever. But say that it's not. I would still like there to be things that people can use that supports my mission. So what can you use to get a more productive life? And figure out how to do that if you can't meet with me week to week, through an accountability course, through me creating a course that will walk you through how to create these systems for yourself. My PhD is in systems modeling. I understand systems theory. I create all kinds of models of life all the time, and I have personal experience in meeting my goals to kind of use as a guide for others to potentially use. And I'm really good at generalizing things as a mathematician. So like, why don't I create a course that you could download or sign up for or whatever that could walk you through this, that will exist forever without me having, if you don't want to watch my content, you know? And then also, I do want to resume the We're Productive People Club. So I need to figure out, I guess I should also resume the We're Productive People Club. I just don't know how I want it to look. And when do I want to start it? Because I like the previous format, but I just don't think it can be as frequent. Oh, okay. So yeah, I want to create an accountability course. I want to resume the We're Productive People Club. Like, I do really want that one-on-one time, like meeting with my friends, subscribers, whatever you want to use, weekly does really help motivate me, and I know it helps motivate them. So I really want to keep that going, but I need to find a new way to fit that into my life now with where I am, and I just haven't figured that out yet. But I want it to be a thing, and I want it to be a thing so much so that then we have a retreat every single year where everyone in the club gets first access to the We're Productive People Club retreat, where there's yoga and hiking and catered food and cooking classes together and a sip night. Like, I want a full thing somewhere where there's big windows and trees and trails, where we come together every year, maybe different locations, and we meet up for 3 to 5 days to be together and connect on our goals and reset together, and then go back out into the world. That's what I want. That's my big goal for this community, really. Like, I want to, as my channel grows, more and more people will join that club. As that club gets bigger, maybe more sponsors will come, and then as there's more people and more sponsors, we can afford to create the retreat. And then as it continues, it gets bigger and bigger, and then eventually we just have this great community all over the world where we keep each other accountable, and we're growing, and we're bad at that's the goal. Okay, so that's my like real community goal for this channel. And then I also really want to create a physical planner. I enjoyed creating the digital planners, but now that I'm back writing in my journal and I am remembering why so many people love Amanda Richley, like I've been following her for some time, but I don't think I've never bought one of her journals, but like I've been following her journaling because I was journaling at the time, and I'm just following more and more people who really do buy her physical journals, and that she has like a thriving business. And I'm like, holy shit, there aren't a lot of people in that business, I feel like, that are thriving the way that she is. And I could totally enter that market for my kind of people. And I feel like my journals, even my digital ones, are different from the format that I've seen online. So I feel like I could really create some creative things in that space. So also something that you could get even if you don't know me, something that could eventually be in stores, that kind of takes some of the things from the course but are part of the planner, but are set up, like, you know what I'm saying? Quarterly ones, yearly ones, like so much I could do there with the productivity tools. Like, I feel like I could do a lot with that. So big goals for the channel and the trajectory of this channel, you know. Yeah, my mother was asking me about like, am I going to develop a side hustle? And I was like, girl, do you not know that I do social media? And she was like, yeah, but she don't understand none of this stuff. But I'm like, girl, it's a slow build, but this is definitely a side hustle. Like, this is definitely a second stream of income. Currently, I only make $20 off my videos, but there will come a day. There will come a day, okay? So I'm very patient in that regard. Who knew that I had built up some patience? Look at me. Anyway, okay, so let's think of the tasks that I have to do for each of these. That's the hard part. I wrote out some ideas for my Reproductive People Club because I had updated what I wanted it to be. I also have my Substack that I started. That's a bi-weekly newsletter. Okay, so for the Reproductive People Club, let's do bi-weekly instead of weekly. Are they Sunday? Sunday sessions. What time? I had thought about it because I know that people go to church and stuff. Like I wanted to be inclusive, but I also, because I like, what if you want to go to brunch or something? So what time do people get back from brunch? Like if you want to have your whole Sunday and then end the day with some productive stuff, what time would you do that before you get ready to go to bed? If you get ready to go to bed like 7, let's say 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Would I show up to something on a Sunday evening? If I really meant it, you know what I'm saying, baby? We'll keep that there. What else do we need to do? Is that all the steps I need? My Patreon, okay. We need to sign up for the website. Establish 3 tiers. I wrote down my tier ideas. All right, for my accountability course, I really do think I want to do this like a real, like I've taught classes, you know, like on Canva type shit. So let's see. Readings, modules, timeline, grades. And we're made it to the last big section. There's one section after this, but it's very little. So I filled out everything that I need to do for my creative goals. And wow, it's a lot. So for the Reproductive People Club, I want to organize the Discord that does already exist, and the monthly events that I want to host, because I do feel like I want it to be a bit more interactive aside from the bi-weekly sections. So I want to do that organization in December. I feel like given how much I have on my plate professionally in Q1 for my job, I'm still going to not start it until Q2, and then we'll just do it forever. Honestly, I am quite excited about these goals despite how daunting all of those tasks look and feel. I know that the world is like a very complex place right now, and given what's happening politically and culturally, there are many things to be discussed in our communities and with each other. But I feel like for me, what's been grounding me is the fact that none of my goals have changed even with all this crisis. And I feel like I said it earlier this week, like even though the world is going to shit, that means it's a time to get even more involved with our communities, to find more people aligned with our values, to create things in our lives that will outlast any physical thing that we have going on. Like I just feel like now isn't the time to settle. It's the time to really go towards the things that you feel like will change your life, will change the lives of others, that will be something that make you feel proud if you were to leave this earth. Like, this isn't the time to just do whatever, it's time to make yourself proud. I feel like whatever that means for you. And I figured out what it means for me, and I'm very, very excited to share this journey with you as I accomplish these goals, change these goals, have more goals. Like, I'm just very excited about the possibilities of what it means to be alive. Every single day is another day to take another action in the right direction. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm very excited to have made and shared this plan with you. If you've made your own, please let me know what your goals are in the comments below, whether that be your goals for 2025, your long-term goals for your creative business, your entrepreneurial business, for your professional goals, or like, leave them down below, and I will see you hopefully in my very next video. Bye, friend.